Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful piece right here. So let's get into the video. So guys, I'm going to be making use of a real cotton yarn, and this particular one is 50 gram. I'm also going to be making use of a 3.5 millimeter hook. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off with our granny square. So we make a slip knot like this. So making a slip knot, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then make a slip stitch into the very first. We're going to make a slip stitch into the very first chain. Like this. When we made our slip stitch, we're going to have a ring in the middle. So we're going to chain 4 and make 3 double crochets into the ring. 1, 2, and 3. So then we're going to chain 1, make another 3 double crochet, 2, and 3, like this. So when we are done with the 3 double crochets, we'll chain 1 again, make 3 double crochets, 3, as you can see. Then we'll go ahead again, chain 1, make 3 double make 3 double crochets, 2, and 3. Sorry, not 3, you're going to make 2 because you're going to be slip stitching into this very first 4 chains. So we make 2 and slip stitch into the 3rd chain on it. So we slip stitch. So we're going to have 1 chain space, 2 chain space. After that, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. 3 and 3. So after we've chained 3 into this chain space, we're going to make 2 double crochets, 1, 2. After making 2 double crochets, we're going to chain 1, make another 2 double crochets, 1, and 2. Once we make the Once we've made it other 2 double crochets into the chain space, we're going to continue to make 3 double crochets into that 3 double crochets we made at the first row. That's 2. Then the third one, 5, 3. So once we've made the 3 double crochets, then into the chain space we make 2 double crochets, chain 1, another 2 double crochets into the chain space, as you can see. Then into these 3 double crochets here, we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So once we've made the 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 2 double crochets, 1, 2, then chain 1 and another 2 double crochets. So once we've made the 2 double crochets, we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Once we've made 3 double crochets, then into the chain space we're going to make 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 1, make another 2 double crochets. So once we've made the 2 double crochets, we're going to make, once we made the 2 double crochets, we're going to make 2 double crochets, not 3, because this one also counts as a double crochet for this one. So we're going to be making 2. Then slip stitch into the very first double crochet. So we've gotten the second row. So now we're going to chain 1, cut our yarn, and we'll move on to the second color. So for the second color, we're going to be making use of a nude color. We're going to be making use of a nude. So after cutting our yarn for this, so into this chain 1 space, we're going to start from there, insert your hook into it and make a chain, and you start 1, 2, 3. You chain 3 into the same space. You're going to chain, you're going to make a double crochet. as you can see. So this is 2 double crochets. So then you're going to chain 1 and make 2 double crochets into the same chain space, 1 and 2. So then so we have 7 double crochets here before the chain space, so we are going to make 7 double crochets before we get to the other one. So let's go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 7. So after making 7 double crochets, then into this space, into this chain 1 space, we're going to make 2 double crochets. One, 2, then chain 1 and make 2 double crochets in the same chain space. So this is 2. As you can see, then we make 7 double crochets to the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So into the next chain space, we're going to make 2 double crochets, and into the same chain space make 2 double crochets, and you're going to continue like we did till we get to the end. So feel free to pause the video when you get to the end. I'll meet you at the end. So this is how your work is going to be looking like. If you want a detailed tutorial of how to make the granny squares, the 2 types of granny squares, you can watch my previous video where I made a very cheap. So guys, once we are done, this is how your work is going to be looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and continue and make a total of 7 rows. This is 1, 2, 3 rows, so I'm going to add extra 4 rows. So if you want a detailed tutorial on how to make the 2 types of granny squares, you can watch my previous tutorial where I made a detailed tutorial on how to make them. I'm just like trying to do a recap and go ahead and continue. So I'll meet you once I'm done. So this is where I go ahead and interchange my colors. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the types of colors, the various colors I used, and how many rows I used for each colors. So guys, I'm done with my first cup. So this is how it's looking like. I did a total of 7 rows. I used gray for 1 row, green for 2 rows, nude for 2 rows, and black for 2 rows. So this is it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second cup and show you. So guys, I'm done with the second cup. So these are the 2 cups for the bust area. These are the 2 cups for the bust area. So then let's start with the, I'm going to show you how to do the other square, which is the classical granny square. So let's get into it. So guys, this is the color I'm going to be starting with for my classical granny square. So first of all, I'm going to make a slip knot like this. I'm going to make a slip knot like this. Then I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the very first chain and chain 3 and make another 2 double crochets into the ring. The first 3 chains count as a double crochet, so this is the third. Then I'm going to chain 2 into the same ring. I'm going to make another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, as you can see, so I'm going to chain another 2 and do another set of 3 double crochets into the ring. 2, and 3. So we have 1 and we have 2 chain space, so we're going to chain another 2 to form the third one and make another set of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So after making the third set, I'm going to chain the last 2 and we're going to slip stitch into that first 3 chains that we made. Into the third chain, we're going to make a slip stitch to end our first row. So as you can see, we're done with our first row. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, and make a slip stitch into that same chain 2 space, and I'm going to chain 2 and do another 3 sets of double crochets, as you can see. Then I'm going to skip these three sets of double crochets and into the next chain, the next 2 chain space that we did. I'm going to do another set of 3 double crochets you can see. Then I'm going to chain 2 to form the corner of the square, and do another set of 3 double crochets. As you can see, then I'm going to skip the next 3 chains, the next 3 double crochets, and into the next space I'm going to do 3 double crochets. I'm going to chain 2 and do another set of 3 double crochets. Then I'm going to skip this 3 double crochets and do another set into the next space, 2 and 3. So yeah, I'm going to chain 2 and repeat the same step of 3 double crochets. Then we've gotten to where we started from. Then you're going to do three double crochets into that space we started from. That's 1, 2 and 3. So yeah, you're going to chain 2 and you're going to slip stitch into the first chain that we did. You're going to make a slip stitch like this. So if you do not quite understand the step that I'm doing, you can watch my previous tutorial on how to do the classical granny square. But here I'm just doing I'm just showing you briefly how I did this one. So next I'm going to cut off my excess yarn, secure it, and switch to the second color that I'm going to be using, which is black. So I used black for the second color. So next I'm going to turn my work around and start in any of these chain spaces. So I'm going to be starting with this one. I'm going to wrap my yarn around and insert it like this and make a chain. And I'm going to chain 2 more and do 2 extra double crochets into that same space. Make sure you secure that excess yarn properly and hold it alongside with your work so that you can hide it while crocheting on the top of it. So I'm doing my 3rd double crochet. Then I'm going to skip those 3 double crochets, and into the next space I'm going to do another 3 sets of double crochets. As you can see, then I'm going to skip the next and into the next space I'll do another 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. So yeah, so I'm going to chain 2 and into the same space do another 3 double crochets. So you're basically just repeating the pattern, and for each row you do, there's always an increase. So yeah, you can see. So I'll say this again: if you want a detailed tutorial, you can watch my previous video. So I'm just going to continue and show you when I'm done. So guys, this is it. So guys, for this part of the dress I'm going to make, I made a small square, a small classical granny square that will fit into this part. So this is it. And I also made a total of 7 rows. I made 1 row light purple, 1 row red, 2 rows blue, 2 rows blue, 2 rows black, and 1 row gray. So this is how the fitting is going to be. So guys, for the last set of granny squares that I'm going to be doing all I did the half classical granny square. So I'm going to be showing you how I did it. So first of all, I'm going to start by making a slip knot. Then after making my slip knot, I'm going to be chaining 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to make a slip stitch into the very first chain. Yeah, so after making the slip stitch, I'm going to chain 3, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to make a double crochet into that same ring that I made. So making it 2, so I'm going to be doing a third one, and a fourth one. So instead of 3 like the regular classical granny square, I did 4 double crochet. The first 3 chain counts as a double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2, 1, and 2. So after chaining 2, I'm going to do another 4 double crochet into the same circle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is how it's going to look. As you can see. So I'm going to chain 3, then turn my work around, and into that same space, into that same hole that we chained that 3, I'm going to do a set of 4 double crochet. So this is 2, 3, and 4. So we did this 4 double crochet in that first double crochet that we did. So we're going to skip the next 3, and into the chain space I'm going to do a 3 double crochet. So just know that for the beginning and for the end of the work, we are going to always do 4 double crochets. For the middle, we're going to do 3. So as you can see, we chain 2, and another set of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, as you can see. Then we're going to skip the next set of 3 and into the last, that's the 4th double crochet. We're going to do another 4 double crochets into the last one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So guys, this is how the work or the second row is looking like. So yeah, so next we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then turn your work around and into the same space of the chain 3 you're going to make another 3 double crochets, making it 4. So 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to skip the next 3, and into that space we're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So as you can see, so into that next chain 2 space we're going to make 2 sets of 3 double crochets. We're going to make 1 set, chain 2, and make the second set. So 2, 3, then chain 2, and into the next we're going to make another set of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. So guys, into the next space we're going to do another set of 3 double crochets. So there's 2 and 3. And we're going to skip the next 3 double crochets, and into the 4th one we're going to do a set of 4 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, and 4. So that is the end of our 3rd row, as you can see. So guys, just remember that for the beginning of each row we're going to start with 4 double crochet, a set of 4 double crochets, then continue with your 3 double crochets, your chain your 2, and continue with the rest 3 double crochets, and when you get to the last one you're going to do a set of 4 double crochets. So now I'm going to chain 1 and cut off my yarn, and at this point I'm going to be changing colors. So
I'm gonna head to cut it, and
after cutting my yarn,
I'll drag the
I'm going to
excess
secure it
and secure it.
and as you can see,
so then I'm going to turn my work around,
and
then
start with the next color.
Get the color you're going to use to change.
So for the next color,
Get the color you're
basically
going to use to
you're
change.
just going to be
Then
starting with the very first.
you insert your hook into the very first hole of that first double crochet.
Then you're going to remove your excess yarn like this.
Place this your excess purple alongside with your work.
Then attach your other color like this.
You pass.
You attach your other color like this.
Then you get your other color.
So
then
wrap
you
your yarn around your pin,
wrap your yarn around the
like
other
this,
color and pull through last loop of that first double crochet.
Make one chain.
Then chain one to secure it.
So now we've made one chain. So after making the one chain, you secure your yarn. Then we're going to make 2 more chains. So 1, 1 and 2. So this counts as a double crochet. So we're going to make 3 more double crochets into that same space. So basically we're just repeating what we did for the first, second and third row. So you're just going to continue repeating the pattern until you've done the number of rows that you're going to use for your work. So yeah. So after making the four double crochets, then into the next space you're going to make 3 double crochets. So make sure you secure your yarn along with your work to hide the excess yarn. So here you're just going to continue. So I decided to work with only the purple because the purple will blend with the work, and maybe I might sew in the grey later on. So this is how I did it. So basically we're just going to continue, and yeah, so I'm going to be doing a total of 15 rows for this half double, for this half classical granny square. So guys, we're done with half granny squares. So as you can see, I did 3 rows light purple, 3 rows gray, 3 rows green, 3 rows black, 2 rows light purple again, and 1 row gray. So as you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2. So guys, I went ahead and did the other half granny squares. So I used dark purple for this one, and I used light purple for this one. So this one is going to be for the front, and this one is going to be for the back. So guys, these are all the squares I used for the dress. These are all the squares. I did 10 large full squares, 2 half squares and 3 small squares, so giving a total of 15
squares all together, so I'm going to show you a breakdown or the colors I used for each squares. So guys, for the first large squares, I did a total of 15 rows. I did 2 rows light blue, 2 rows green, 3 rows red, 4 rows nude, 3 rows black, and 1 row gray. I used gray for the last row for all the squares. So, and I did 2 of this square. Second set, as you can see, I did 3 rows I did 3 rows gray, 3 rows black, 4 rows light blue, 4 rows purple, dark purple, and 1 row gray. A total of 15 rows, and I did 2 panels. I did 2 of this. And so guys, for the last pair of the classical granny squares, I did 2 rows green, 3 rows light purple, 4 rows nude, 5 rows red, and 1 row gray. So as you can see, and also did 2 panels. So guys, and for the solid granny squares, I did 3 rows nude, 3 rows light purple, 3 rows red, 4 rows black, and 1 row gray. Then for the second, I did 3 rows red, 3 rows light blue, 4 rows nude, 2 rows light purple, 1 row, 2 rows dark purple, 1 row light purple, and 1 row gray. So guys, for the third solid granny square, I did 4 rows red, 4 rows light purple, 5 rows green, and 1 row gray. So guys, for the last granny square, I did 3 rows purple, 2 rows gray, 2 rows light purple, 2 rows black, 4 rows light blue, and 1 row gray. So guys, what I'm going to do next, I don't know. The next step is to attach these 3 panels together, these 3 front panels. I'm going to be sewing the edges and attaching it together. So let's go.
So guys, this is how it looks like after sewing them together, and as you can see, the joining looks similar. So I'm going to show you how I did this seamless look. So here's a closer look. I'm going to show you how I did this.
So guys, watch closely. So as you can see, I have 2 chains here.
I'm going to start
into those 2 chains.
So I'm going to be working with the back loop.
I'm working with the back loops.
So
this back, not the front. So
watch closely.
into this back loop,
insert my needle
and
the back loop
into it. Then you turn it.
Then I'm going to
and also insert it into this back loop, as you can see. So guys, after passing through like this, then you
drag your yarn like this. So as you can see, I did 2 at a time, but if you want a little tutorial on how I did this, you can let me know in the comment section.
Then to secure it, you go into the same
I'm going to
space.
My needle through the same loops I
go into the same space
inserted in the first place
to secure it,
so that I can secure it tightly. As you can see.
So as you can see, the sides is secured.
So once I'm done doing this, I'm going to
go into this second
other part. I'm attaching it to
the very first
2 back loops.
So you insert your hook into the back loop of the other side,
as you can see.
So as you can see,
into the first
one
again,
and
bring it
into the second.
from the second,
So then you
and then you drag your yarn like this, and
then
this
you
is starting
train together,
so this is how
as
you
you can
start.
see.
For every part you're going to be sewing. So after doing so, then I'm going to go back to the other side. Then from the loop I ended, as the second one will be the first for the second set. Then you take another one. So you're going to work with the last, with the loop you ended with. You start with the loop you ended with. So you drag your excess, I'm going to do the same for the other side, like this. So you're going to start from where you ended, and you go through another loop, as you can see. So yeah, then you start from, then the next one you're going to do the same. Like you start from the one you ended with and another loop, that is the loop you ended with and another loop. So you're just basically going to continue. Then again, as you can see, from the loop ended and into the next loop. Then watch closely. You're going to drag the yarn like this to close up the seams. As you can see, the blue color, the blue yarn is not showing anymore. So yeah, so you just continue the process, and when you get to any point you like, you can drag the excess. As you can see, I'm starting from where I ended, and into the next loop. So yeah, that is how I sewed my squares together. So I'm going to do this for all the squares. So yeah, I'm just going to continue the process. Here I will start. I will insert my needle where I ended and pass it through another loop, as you can see. And I'm going to drag it to close up the seams, as you can see. You just keep on repeating this step, and when I turn my rock around, so this is how the back is looking. The blue is not that visible at the back, but it's completely invisible in front. So I'm just going to continue this process. As you can see, I'll continue till I get to that point. So yeah, I'm just going to continue and I'll show you when I'm done. So this is the finish look. So this is how
this is
the sewing is.
look of one side. So we're going to go ahead and do the other panel for this side, and I'll make you when I'm done. So guys, this is how
the other
work
side
is going to be,
and the middle.
I did the other panel, so I'm just going to go ahead to finish joining.
We're just going to go ahead and just finish the whole, also in the whole 15 squares I did.
So you can see how the work is.
So yeah, so meet you when I'm done.
So guys, after we are done sewing all the edges, so we're going to
together.
I'm going to using this yarn, this current place, to sew around the edges,
to crochet the edges
around the edges, and sew the back
to this part of the back.
Sew the back. So we're going to start from the back. So if you can see, I didn't sew in the edges. I didn't sew in all these edges reason because I want to use the yarn to cover up, to cover it up. So let's get into it.
So first we're going to insert our hook like this, and just the way we attach yarn, we're just going to attach this one, because you have to be careful with this one because you can't really see the stitches very well. So I'm just going to start with a single crochet. So into that corner of that classical granny square, we're going to do a double crochet. Then into this space, we're going to do another double crochet. So basically we're going to be placing our double crochet. So after this set of 3 double crochets, so we're going to be placing the double crochet in each double crochet space here, like this. So you can see, I'm going to place a single crochet in each double crochet stitch below. So as you can see, so we're going to place in the single crochet around till we get to the middle of our work.
So guys, I forgot to film this part. When doing this part of this part of the work, you skip one double crochet each. You have this curve. You have this curve looking like up to make it look curved. Okay. So we're going to go to this point to skip one into the next. Do a single crochet. Then you skip this middle, and you skip this middle and skip one stitch, as you can see. You skip one, you skip this middle and skip one stitch, and into the next you do your single crochet, as you can see. So then you're going to continue. So then you're going to continue by skipping one into the next. You do a single crochet, skipping one
into the next
we'll do a single crochet, and that's how you're going to continue
so we're going to repeat this pattern till we
get to the back
of the other side, and when I'm done. So yeah, when we're done with it, so we're going to now do the strap, the hand strap that we're going to use to also lace the back. So we're going to start from the midpoint, the pointy edge of the bust area, which is this part, and there is a hole there. So we're going to place our hook into that space, and then we're going to attach our yarn like this. Like this. So we'll pull through, and you hold the excess yarn of the beginning together with the one you're working with at first, like this, and make our first chain. So then we're going to continue with the second, holding that foundation, or holding the beginning of the hand together with the beginning of the yarn together with what you're working with to secure it tightly. As you can see, we've gotten to the end of that excess yarn from the beginning. So we're going to try and pull through like this. And we're going to have a little excess, which we're going to cut off later on when we're done. So basically this is just how you're going to also do the other side. So I'm going to continue to change the number of chains that will lace up the back. So yeah, I'm just going to do this, finish the first pulse, and also do for the other side. So I'll meet you when I'm done. So we're done making the lace rope. So I'm going to sew in this excess yarn and cut them off. So after that, we are basically done with our work. As you can see, I'm going to sew all this in. So we're basically done with our work. So voila, this is the finished look. As you can see how it fits perfectly. Aren't you in love with this dress? So yeah, take a look at the back. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video or this tutorial helpful, and it helps you create yours if you want to. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not already subscribed to my channel, and comment. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.